Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. We're going to discuss Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa, and Christian McCaffrey, top three runners-up for MVP. Tyreek Hill and Tua Tagovailoa have both had a great season on the Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa has thrown for 1,876, 14 touchdowns, but 5 INTs. About half those yards, not half, but more than a quarter, have been to Tyreek Hill, a great receiver who has 850 yards and has only 2 games where he was under 40, and all the rest of the games he had over 163 yards. And this year he has 6 touchdowns, an average of 19.4 of his catches. He leads the league by 142 yards. Now, Hill has had some injuries during his career. That's what slowed him down. Last year, he is so small that you get those situations with injuries. Now, in the league, we have had some great receivers, but none of them have won an MVP. Let's read them off. At number 10, Random Berry. He wasn't technically a defender. Random Berry, number 10. Number 9, Marvin Harrison from the Indianapolis Colts. Both played for the Colts one time when they were in Indy and one time when they were in Baltimore. Calvin Johnson, number 8, a very good player for the Lions and had some outstanding plays and could make catches like nobody else. Same thing with Larry Fitzgerald. He's already top 15 in receptions, and this is written back when he played in. Number 7 was Larry Fitzgerald. Number 6 was Terrell Owens. Number 5 was Steve Largent. Number 4 was Lance Alworth. Number 3 was Randy Moss. Number 2 was Dayton Hudson. And then Jerry Rice. So let's go through the teams for these guys who they played for. Marvin Harrison, Indianapolis Colts. Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, Arizona Cardinals, and that was it. Larry Fitzgerald, number 7. Number 6, Terrell Owens, who played for the San Francisco 49ers. Number 7, Larry Fitzgerald, played for the Arizona Cardinals. Steve Largent played for the Seattle Seahawks. Larry Alworth played for the San Diego Chargers and Dallas Cowboys. Randy Moss played for the Minnesota Vikings, New England Patriots, and his last year with the Tennessee Titans, and then to the 49ers. Number 2, Don Hudson. And number 1, Jerry Rice, who played for the Oakland Raiders, Seattle Seahawks in his last year, and San Francisco 49ers. Now we have players like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, probably those in that order, in my opinion, of those receivers, the best receivers in the game. Probably, although I'd like to say Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson, in my opinion. Now I want to look, and then Christian McCaffrey has had 3 games under 100, and whereas Hill's only had 2 games under 100 and has averaged more than 251, in fact more than 260. There's an argument made for Hill that is a lot more made for than Christian McCaffrey, but he's number 3. Now I want to discuss some things of the Chiefs of why they traded Tyreek Hill, that it was a good deal for both sides, and what the Chiefs could have gotten. May have not won them the Super Bowl, but maybe they had. But I kind of think the other way, they wouldn't have won the Super Bowl because a lot of those young players showed up in prime time and during the playoffs. Jared Goff is an underrated player that I wanted to outline. He has improved and one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He should be a comeback player of the year. He wasn't great last year. Is so much better and one of the youngest underrated quarterbacks in the game. He's only thrown 3 picks versus Tua Tagovailoa. He has 14 touchdowns but 11 versus less than 5 for Goff. I think only 3. Tua has a little more touchdowns. He has about the same average as Patrick Mahomes for same touchdown numbers. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Now we'll hear more on Tyreek Hill.
He get to 2,000 yards this season, Danny?
Oh, absolutely. He can get to 2,000. I expect him to. The way that this offense is operating, that and the way that Tua's playing and his health. And I think for the majority of this season, they're going to be playing for the number 1 seed. So they'll be in every game, and it's going to matter, that performance.
If he gets 2,000 yards, can he be the league MVP? The quarterback has won MVP 10 consecutive years. Could Tyreek Hill be the MVP of the league? Kmart.
It's hard. I hate saying it, but I think his own quarterback undercuts his argument. I think a lot of people will point to it. It is a QB award. Now, if we're going to talk about non-QBs, he has a good case. I personally wouldn't pick him. There's another guy that I would pick.
Okay, well then let's do that then. Let's make this fun. Let's say if you took the quarterbacks out of the equation, who would you vote for MVP? We actually asked that question to the entire group, and let's see what we think. Do we have any Tyreek Hills? Does anyone think Tyreek Hill would be the MVP of the league if it was not?
Oh, the wide receiver.
Right over here. No wide receiver has ever won the award, although Randy Moss should have won it, in my opinion, the year that he was in New England.
And I would say this, if Tyreek Hill is able to eclipse 2,000 yards, it'll be the first time a wide receiver in the regular season has been able to do that. He would break Calvin Johnson's record. Shout out to Calvin, south side of Atlanta, baby.
No doubt.
High school. So I would think Tyreek Hill would have to win MVP if he's able to get, 2,000 yards and they have a number 1 or 2 seed in the AFC.
Orlovsky, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did they misunderstand you? Did you mean to put Travis Kelce underneath your face there, or did you mean to put Jason Kelce?
No, my answer is Jason, because if we want to have a real football conversation, then it has to be about the line of scrimmage. If we want to have a real football conversation, it goes to the most valuable offensive lineman in football. Wood, I don't all that disagree with your selection about screen. Here's the reality about Jason Kelce. Number 1, 145 straight games that he started. That's an Eagles record. Number 2, take your eyes back to San Francisco last year in the NFC title game and the way that they dominated at the line of scrimmage. This is the best run football team in football. It's been 4 times since he became their starter. They've taken 3 quarterbacks in Philadelphia and made them play like MVP starters, football, Super Bowl. Valuable.
I'm glad you said that so we can have a real football conversation, because the real valuable asset to the San Francisco 49ers is Christian McCaffrey. Not only does he lead the NFL in rushing, he has more catches, y'all.
Yeah.
Than DK Metcalf. Like, that's wild. Like, how, and when you think about CMC, you think about since he was traded to this team, they had won 15 in a row, regular season games. Their win streak coincides with him arriving. I know Brock Purdy had been perfect up until facing the Browns, but Christian, that team goes as he goes. So with him having this oblique rib injury, we're going to see if he plays this week and how this offense could look different if he is not on the field.
They play Minnesota on Monday night. By the way, he is the favorite amongst non-quarterbacks to win MVP. Cindy, we can put them up there. These are the odds on players who aren't quarterbacks to win MVP. And I would say, well, that was mine. As I looked at yours all come up on the screen, I thought to myself, in this year of defense, where defenses are dominating in the NFL in a way that, frankly, the rules dictate they shouldn't be able to, I would vote for T.J. Watt.
I'm surprised that Myles Garrett isn't up there. I'm surprised that Myles Garrett isn't up there.
Pittsburgh has 2 wins because of Alec Highsmith and also T.J. Watt right now versus divisional opponents. So that's a good choice. And he's tied right now with sacks with Vikings.
Daniil Hunter?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's my question when it comes to this stuff. Is Miami still a really good offense if Tyreek Hill is not there and they have another good wide receiver?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, is San Francisco one of the best teams in the NFL if they just have a good back and not Christian McCaffrey? Absolutely. Are the Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl contenders if they don't have Kelce? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I don't think the Miami Dolphins are Super Bowl contenders if Tyreek Hill's not there.
But I'm not saying the drop off from Tyreek Hill to like me playing wide receiver. But if they went Tyreek Hill to another just good wide receiver.